Hi everyone, welcome to this new reading. I hope you're doing great today. Today's reading is a little bit special because I've decided to channel a message from your spirit guides, and to do so I've decided to use runes as my main tool, but I'm also going to use the usual tarot cards to clarify and give you more detail about your message and the advice. So first of all, what we can see here is that there are many obstacles and inverted runes in this reading, which makes me think that there's a major crisis that you're going through at the moment. And the reading actually starts with the Hagalas rune, which is the Hail rune. And I understand it basically very much like the Tower card in Tarot. So it's a rune that means destruction and radical change. Anything built on shaky foundations is going to be destroyed, or maybe is already starting to be destroyed. But this is not to punish you. It is actually for you to evolve. It's the power of destruction to bring something new. And I feel that whether it's in my personal readings for other people, and also I've been watching readings from other, tarot readers, I feel like many of us are going through some kind of destruction in our life right now. And I want you to know that you're not alone in this. I think it's a general energy thing that's happening at the moment, and I'm even wondering if the lunar eclipse energy that we had in the beginning of September, maybe I'm pretty sure it has an influence on this. I'm really not very knowledgeable regarding astrology and stuff like that, but it feels like there's a general energy shift for many of us at the moment. So whatever you're going through, if you feel alone, please know that you're not alone. It's something that a lot of us are going through at the moment. And so the next rune here is Lagus, and it's the water rune. So this rune is telling you to trust the flow of your emotions and your intuitions, and find a solution by listening to your heart. And I feel that the idea of listening to your heart and your intuition is something that has been coming up many times in my readings for the collective lately. So I think it's a very important message that you have to be in touch with your emotions and intuition at the moment. I have the feeling that maybe some of you might be stuck in your head too much, which is why this message keeps popping back again and again. And yeah, so listen to your heart and intuition. It's very important at the moment. And the next rune here is Nothes. It's the rune of need or being forced doing something. So this is basically telling us that you're resisting the lesson at the moment. By the way, the rune is in reverse here, which is why the message is like that. And so you probably feel trapped up by circumstances. And basically, this rune is telling you to stop resisting what you're going through at the moment. And so I thought these three runes together needed a little bit more of clarification. So we're going to have a look at tarot cards to know exactly what you're resisting and what the situation about this crisis and resistance to crisis is actually. So regarding your resistance, you got the Fool card, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Swords here. So first of all, the Fool is really confirming this message about resisting moving forward, because the Fool is telling us that you're afraid of taking risks and jumping into the unknown. So you need to stop clinging to what you know and imitate the Fool, who's basically doing a leap of faith here. And then the Page of Wands, I feel, is telling us that you're afraid maybe of having new adventures or finding other creative solutions. So this is kind of confirming what I was saying, that maybe you're clinging to something in your head. So actually, maybe you've had some opportunities that were too different to what you're used to, and maybe you found them unrealistic in a way. So yeah, it makes me think that you might be a little bit too much in your head and not enough in your heart. And finally, the Page of Swords here is showing that you might be on your guard and resisting. So again, like this idea that you're resisting a lot. That might also mean that you're lacking clarity regarding your situation at the moment, because Page of Swords is also about clarity. So I feel that what the runes are telling us right now with this tarot card as clarification is that if you're not taking the step you need to take, pretty much like the Fool, then fate through the Hagalas rune here, like the hail, the destruction, they're gonna take care of your fate for you. So it's alright if you don't have all the answers right now. What you need to do is to step forward and trust, and as usual, and it's coming back again and again, but you really have to follow your intuition. So I'm going to put those here for the moment, and actually I'm going to put this here as well. And next rune I think is very important, and I want to have a look at this one. So this rune is Gabo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's the rune of gift and partnership. So, and it's in reverse, which is telling that there's an imbalance in one of your relations. So this might mean love relationships, but not necessarily. It can be friends or family or work relationship. But anyway, there's an imbalance regarding give and take. So you need to see who's not treating you fairly and correct the situation. So either by having a conversation with the person or by taking distance with people who are not good for you. And this message about give and take also has been coming up in my readings for the collective a couple times lately. So I feel a lot of you are going through this problem at the moment, that you might be giving too much to people who are not reciprocating. And the good news though is the Sowelo rune here. So this is the sun rune. So this is saying that the difficulties you're going through right now, they're only temporary. So you're gonna know success and you're gonna go through it and you're gonna know clarity later, but you need to hang on. So this is basically the light at the end of the tunnel for you. However, we have the Isa rune right here, and this is the ice rune. So basically it's saying that things are stopped for the moment. So although there's gonna be success and clarity and happiness for you, right now this is stopped. So this might also mean you're feeling stuck and nothing's moving in the direction you want. So you need to use that time to take some distance with your problems, or maybe distance with the people who are causing the problems. And you need to let the ice melt, basically. So you do not really have to force things too much, but make sure to take the decisions that are good for yourself. And we're going to have a look at the tarot cards to have a little bit more clarity about this imbalance. And so the tarot cards telling us more about the imbalance. We have Justice here, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. And yeah, so I think it's really a very clear confirmation of the message here about balance. So there's something that's not fair at the moment in your relationships. That's just confirming that. And one of your problems might be that you're not seeing this imbalance, or maybe you're too shy to ask to be, respected and get what you deserve from the other person or persons who are creating this imbalance in your life. And here we have the Knight of Wands. So one of the message that can be understood from the Knight of Wands is that you need to be more like the Knight of Wands, in the sense that the Knight of Wands is a very big fire energy. So it means being more spontaneous, more independent. But I feel also for some of you, maybe you're facing someone who has too much of a big energy and who's a little bit overwhelming. And so you don't have the space to express yourself fully. Either way, a good solution would be for you to be a little bit more like the Knight of Wands in order to take the space and to take the opportunity to express yourself as you deserve in this relationship. And finally, the Ace of Cups here. So it's telling us that you have lots of love and compassion, and most probably you're giving too much from your own cup. You see here how it's overflowing. I feel that you're giving too much from your own cup to fill other people's cup, if you know what I mean. So make sure that you give love to yourself first before loving others. It makes me think a little bit of the emergency masks on planes. They always tell you to put your mask first before you try to help other people. That's exactly what you need to do right now with your energy and your compassion and your love. So if people don't reciprocate your love and compassion, you need to set clear limits to what you give them, or you're gonna end up being drained. So I think this is a big confirmation of the message that we've had so far. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. And finally, let's have a look at the final runes. So the rune here is Uruz. It's the bull rune, but it's in reverse. And this rune makes me think a lot about the Strength card in Tarot, because it's about strength, but also a lot about inner strength. And since it's reverse, it makes me think that you might be using strength in the wrong direction. And I did a career reading recently in which the message was very similar, telling that the collective was maybe putting all their efforts in the wrong direction. And so I think, yeah, there's some kind of consistency here. So basically what you have to do to solve this is to go with the flow of Laguz, the water rune that we saw earlier. And the last rune is Pertho, which is fate and mystery. So I think that the events you're going through in your life right now are part of your fate. So this might mean karmic events, but I also feel that for a lot of you, it's just an opportunity for you to ascend or get to know yourself better and get to know your strength better. So basically, it's like a test from fate to you. And as I said earlier, it's not to punish you, it's to make you an even better person. And yes, so the message is pretty consistent, as well as this rune also means that you need to follow your intuition to navigate that situation. That being said, I've asked some clarification on how to use your strength better, since it was saying that you might be using your strength in the wrong direction. And so here I got the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Magician. So first of all, the Six of Pentacles here is, I think the message is very consistent in this reading. It's telling you that there's an imbalance in give and take, so that's really clear. So yes, you are losing a lot of your energy and inner strength in giving them to the wrong people. So yeah, your spirit guides are really insisting on that aspect. So you need to invest your time and energy in people and projects that are good for you. And please remember that you're allowed to say no. Then the Seven of Pentacles is telling us that the past efforts are gonna give fruits, even if you can't see them at the moment. So take the time to look and assess where you put your energy. So it's basically saying what are the plants that you want to water to make them grow. So it's okay to change your minds or to change your priorities. So take the time to have a look in your life and ask yourself, what are the people, what are the projects that if I put efforts in them and give them my energy, it's actually to bring good things to me and not just drain me. And finally, with the Magician here, it's an encouragement from your spirit guides. So the Magician has all the tools on their table. So it means that you have all the resources to create the reality you're dreaming of. And something small, maybe you can try to tackle something small to realize that you have that power. So you need to try to be more autonomous and assertive. So I'm going to put this here as well, and then I'm going to do a little summary of this reading for you. So to sum up this message, so you're going through big changes in your life right now, and that's forcing you to move forward differently and to take risks. And while you do so, you need to listen to your heart and to your needs and to your intuition. This is especially true in the relationships field. There's definitely a big problem of imbalance and give and take, which is blocking you. So you need to stop pouring your love and energy in people and things that don't mirror them back to you, and instead pour them in relationships and things that will turn into something beautiful. But to do so, you need to take your time to assess it, and that might be actually why you feel like things are not moving at the moment. It might be also to force you to, take a step back and look at your life differently. But please remember that you're gonna push through and you're gonna have everything you want. You've got everything you need to do that. So you're gonna reach success eventually. Just put your energy in the right things. And so after I was preparing this reading, I was taking a break and looking at my phone. And this quote from Madonna popped up on my screen, and I had this inner intuition that it was related to this reading for some of you somehow. So I'm going to read it to you. So she said, "A lot of people are afraid to say what they want. That's why they don't get what they want." And for some reason, yes, I feel this might be related to the give and take problem that some of you have. So please take it as it resonates with you. So I hope this reading was useful for you. If it was, please do not hesitate to subscribe to my channel, because it will help my future messages reach you better. And also, please leave me a like or a comment so this can also reach other people that might need this message as well. I wish you a very good day or night, and I hope to see you soon.